We're finally on to our second episode in our pro-life series. In the first episode, we talked with Catholic Mobilizing Network, who specializes in restorative justice practices, and that's linked right here. In this episode, we highlighted Obria Medical Clinics. They provide women and families with compassionate, comprehensive health care for a ton of things from medical professionals. Those things like well woman care, pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, STD testing and treatment, pre-abortion screenings, abortion education, abortion pill reversal, prenatal care, health education, and sexual health education. But before we jump into that, go ahead and subscribe to Max Studios and hit that bell icon so you get a notification when we post new content. Also, check us out on social media at Max Studios UST for all the behind the scenes and previews of what's coming up next. So let's continue to take a look at what it really means to be pro-life. All right, let's meet Dawn and Keyasha.
So our overarching mission is to save lives through life-affirming medical clinics. So we are very open to women in crisis, but we also provide full service women, men, and family health. So that's the overarching concept, and Keyasha can get even more in the nitty-gritty.
Okay, so as she said, Obria is a fully comprehensive reproductive healthcare clinic organization. We are the only pro-life national trademarked brand of medical clinics out there right now.
Yeah, and we're trying to target areas that are very high with abortion density. So we want to be there for girls that are in crisis so that we're able to help. Unfortunately, most of those areas are also in very socioeconomically challenged areas. So again, that's where we come in, because we work with providing those services at either reduced or free, depending on the woman's ability to pay for services or the family's ability to pay for services. Unfortunately, the monster out there that everybody recognizes is Planned Parenthood. So again, those are not necessarily run by licensed medical professionals, nor are you given all alternatives or benefits to those choices. So we really want to reach out with a loving heart and support these women that are in crisis and feel like they're out of options, because we want to give them more options.
I would definitely say that our main goal in regards to the care that we provide in the clinic is providing whole care for the whole person, meaning that we focus on your physical, your chemical, your emotional health. There's more than just a pregnancy and a life at risk when we talk about an unexpected pregnancy. Oftentimes there's barriers in the way that are challenging, and you don't really know how to get past those barriers. And that's why you feel like you have no choice. So at our clinics, because we do focus on the whole person, we believe that in doing this, if you break down those barriers, you give the woman or the man an opportunity to share their experiences, what they're going through, and try to reach that need, help them fill that void that they have. They may be able to make a different choice. And that's what we offer in our clinic.
So, and again, just to piggyback onto that, I think because especially the teaching for nursing, that's what is ingrained in us as we're going through school. We're very caring individuals, but we want to treat the whole person, not just a medical condition, or in this case, a pregnancy. So we want to make sure that, again, regardless of the choices that you make, that we're there to support the person that is our patient at that time. So again, we're there not only just for the physical support, but for the emotional and spiritual support. I think a lot of times when we think about crisis pregnancy, we think of a young woman, who's made a bad choice. But we recently had a woman reach out to our clinic, 39 years old, pregnant with baby number 3, had some substance abuse issues, had a special needs child, just really couldn't vision taking care of a 3rd child. was not married, was concerned because of her faith, what the public and her community would think of her having a child out of wedlock, felt really afraid and desperate. So in desperation, she reached out and chose for a chemical abortion. Again, she went to a clinic that was happy to give her and tell her that the choice she was making was probably best because she needed to look out for her. As she went back to her car, she just was consumed with guilt, consumed with regret. Her words to us were, I didn't feel like I was only killing my child, but I was killing a part of me. So those, again, are the psychological effects that people don't focus on when they think of just terminating a pregnancy. So thankfully, she got on her phone and found Obria Clinics, reached out to us and talked to us. We do offer abortion pill reversal services. So we were able to get her into the clinic, able to get her the medication, and we are expecting the birth of her baby. So we are very excited. She is very excited. Her partner is extremely excited. So again, it was a desperate measure, but again, similar in most mental health crises, there are options. It's just at that moment in time, you don't seem to see the options. So when you take that step back and have someone who cares and loves and shows that compassion, you're able to make a better informed choice.
So she went to her smartphone. She searched for a service that we provide through licensed medical care and found an Obria clinic near her that she could go to. We got her in within 6 hours of her visit. The time is very, very important in regards to if you're taking an abortion pill and want to reverse it. And we showed her baby at that moment via ultrasound on the screen. Oftentimes, people speak about when they go to Planned Parenthood or other abortion clinics, they never show you the ultrasound because it's a proven fact that 8 out of 10 women will choose to keep their baby if they're able to see the ultrasound on the screen. And I think what's going on right now in Texas is a huge part of that and what people have seen, because a heartbeat, John, correct me if I'm wrong, can be seen on the screen as early as 4 to 6 weeks. You can see that flicker of a heartbeat on the ultrasound. And that right there is life-changing for people when they're able to see that evidence, that scientific proof that there is a child inside of them.
We're all Christians and our God is a loving God. So even if you have made the wrong choice, we want to be there to support you because you're still one of God's children and you're suffering. So we want to be there to help you. So our nurses not only are medically trained, but they're also spiritually trained and they're pulled to this cause.
And then if a girl does choose to have an abortion, we have abortion healing classes that we do in all of our clinics that are able to love and care for the young women. Our clinics are actually considered safe places. We do that through a company called Life Perspectives. And then we also have our healthy relationship coaching classes through Optimal Health Coaching, which in some states are free services that can be received to girls ages 10 to 19. In other states, it could be at a low or no cost depending on their economic level.
I don't know a percentage, but a lot of our education, especially for our younger men and women today, are in those handheld devices. And there's no regulation as to what is on those handheld devices. So you may land on a site that's giving you good information, or you may land on a site that's not giving you good information. Because we're licensed medical professionals, we are obligated to give you risk, benefits, and alternatives. And it has to be, statistically correct and evidence-based. It can't just be, information that we're pulling out of the sky or how we're trying to influence you. We're in this profession to help people. Again, back to that do no harm. So that's exactly what we're trying to give. Again, with that, always that caveat that we love you and we care about you. Your decision is your decision.
And that's why I believe our founder decided to move into this method of comprehensive reproductive healthcare. Because if we were only staying in the arena of helping young women take a positive pregnancy test, a negative pregnancy test, and an ultrasound, what service are we doing to the generation upcoming? We're not teaching them anything about their sexual health and how to keep themselves safe. There's other things out there besides condoms that help you. I mean, you need to know about what you're doing to your body on the inside. If you have more than one abortion, what that can do to you. And I believe Dawn has a lot of knowledge in this. With her 35 years of medical experience, she shared with me a story of a young girl who went in, I believe, for her 4th or 5th abortion and could have hemorrhaged right there on the table. And nobody gave her the medical information she needed to know before that happened.
Yeah. I go back to, our Creator gave us free will for a reason. And for whatever His plan is for us, He's going to guide us to make those choices. Again, I don't know what's the right choice for you. You and your family and your God know what that choice is. If you come to a point where you don't feel like that was a good decision, then I'll be here to help and support you. All of our clinics will be there to help and support you. And this is the way our care providers are. Again, if you're looking for that information, like Keyasha said, 80 to 90% of women, when they see a baby inside of them, that heartbeat. I'm a mother. I have 6 children. When you see that heartbeat for the first time, it does something. I mean, it's a different feeling. And if that's what it is, I can also understand if you had bad circumstances or whatever, it may trigger a different feeling in you. But that's okay. And if you need supported through that, that's what we're there for. We're not there to judge. We are there to make people whole and make people as healthy as they can be at that moment in time. I go back and I think somewhere out there is the person that's going to cure cancer. Somewhere's the person that's going to cure Alzheimer's. Somewhere there's somebody that can unify this crazy world and bring us all back to sanity. We don't know who that is, so every life is a blessing. So I'm new to the pro-life world, and I get pushed back sometimes when I say this, but I truly believe that pro-life is pro-choice, because I believe when you have all of the information, you as a cognizant being are going to make the right choice. And to me, there is no other choice other than life. Outside of a few very, very special circumstances, there is no other choice.
Mm-hmm. It's pro-life to me means that I am for you. I'm not against you. And again, that's the same thing with the everyday vessel. My goal is not to go, make you feel horrible. I have 3 children of my own. My goal in life is to make sure that they are upstanding citizens, that they don't go out in the world and commit crimes or hurt people, right? I want them to have the same values that I have. So when you think about your friends and your neighbors and what they may be going through, we don't know their individual circumstances, but each of their lives are valuable. So when you think about the pro-life community, we are a little bit broken. And we are trying as Obria Group to build that bridge and bring like-minded clinics together that are already doing similar services to us with our brand so that we can brand together, because we're stronger together. There's a power and unity. And that is what we're trying to do as this national brand. It's not that we're going to build this brand and Dawn's going to get all the glory. At the end of the day, God sits on the throne of Obria Group, and that's how we run this organization. In regards to the clinics, the individual clinics, it's really important that we build strategic partnerships with companies like Catholic Charities. Here in California, we have Olive Crest Community, which is a foster youth community. In Texas, they have group homes that they work with. They also have a camp that they send all these kids out to, and they go to a ranch and learn things for a week with biblical studies, biblical theology, and all these things to help make a better generation. Because truly, our goal is to build up a generation that can do better than the next.
The Rundown is a show produced by Mac Studios at the University of St. Thomas in Houston. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Mac Studios UST.